You know, as a dad with 5 kids, I always preach it's really hard to pick favorites. What's up, guys? Joe here from ScruffyArms.com and the Scruffy fam. Hey, if you're new here, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button. Just really helps us grow around YouTube. They don't like the gun tubers very much, so this really helps the algorithm. So just a really fun kind of episode today to really reflect and talk about as we come to the end of the year here on the guns that I find that I shot the most this year. So I've got several different rifles. I've had rifles come in and rifles go. I've tested rifles for people. I've sighted rifles in. I've worked on rifles. And what I wanted to do was just take a second and just reflect on all the different rifles that I've really enjoyed shooting this year and see which one I really like the best. So there's a couple ways that we can look at this, right? We can look at which one went to the range the most, which one shot the most ammo, and which one I spent my most time and energy on. And so I started to compile that list, and when I looked at the ones that I spent the most time and energy on, those weren't always my favorite ones, which is kind of funny because this last year I probably spent more time and energy on my Ruger M77 338 Win Mag. I spent more time, money, and energy on that rifle than any other. I got that rifle right at the end of 2022. I actually bought it from my uncle at deer camp last year. And this entire year that I've owned it, have put a couple hundred rounds through it. It's been in and out of different stocks. I put a muzzle brake on it, several different optics, so many cleaning things, running bore scopes down it, and now, ultimately, I'm having to rebarrel it. So that one, far and away, cost me the most money this entire year. Ammo for that, at one point in time, a box of 20 rounds was going for upwards of $150. Now, I never paid that for any of the boxes of ammo I had. I had hand loads, and on top of that, local gun shop before I got my FFL had 338 Win Mag in, and they were selling it for, I think, $65 a box, which was a lot more reasonable. But still, you're talking several dollars per shot, and that hurts when you're trying to get ballistic data and get a feel for the rifle and right optic and all that stuff. So I would say that while I enjoy that rifle overall, that rifle has given me the most fits this year. Now, with what's going to be happening to that rifle, it may end up being my most favorite rifle of 2024 when we turn it into a 7 PRC. But for 2023, my Ruger M77 wins the award for the most frustrating rifle I have owned. Now, some people that have been watching the channel for a while may think, well, what about the Mossberg Patriot Predator in 6.5 PRC? I had that at the range a whole lot. We took that to the range, we shot it, we put it in different configurations, different scopes, and I ultimately sold that rifle. And there's a couple reasons I sold that rifle. One, I heeded my own advice when I did a 6.5 PRC versus 270 Winchester, where I said in that the 6.5 PRC was better than the 270 because it's a more modern version of it. But if you own a 270, don't go buy a 6.5 PRC. Ballistically, for most traditional hunters, there is no difference whatsoever. Anything under 600 yards, there's potato, right? And my Winchester Model 70 and 270 Winchester, much higher quality, just overall better rifle than the Mossberg Patriot Predator. That Mossberg Patriot Predator shot the second smallest group I've ever shot and was very consistently at or under 1 MOA with the Hornady Precision Ammo Hunter. With all of that knowledge, I ended up selling it to a friend who was looking for a hunting rifle and wanted something with a little more oomph. and he's had the same results that I did pretty consistently at 1 or under 1 MOA with the Hornady Precision Hunter ammunition. So while I spent a lot of time and energy on that rifle, ultimately I felt that it didn't have a place in my safe. So it went on to a new home. Last year, in 2022, I ended the year with saying that my favorite rifle was the Ruger American Hunter in .308. Man, that was a awesome rifle. I liked that it had an 18-inch barrel. It had a pretty epic muzzle brake on it. The Magpul Hunter stock was extremely adjustable. Being able to tune that trigger down on the Ruger Americans with the adjustable trigger is something that's really nice. And that rifle was insanely accurate. I absolutely loved shooting that rifle. I loved it so much that I gave it to my oldest son. My oldest son turned 18 this year, and when he turned 18, my gift to him was the Ruger American Hunter in .308, and he's had the exact same shooting with it as I did. He had been in a .243 Winchester, and my oldest is a big boy. He's about 185 now and a power lifter, and he can handle a .308 with no problem. So because of other firearms that I had gotten in around that time, I gifted the .308 in the Ruger American Hunter to my son. And he's enjoyed shooting it just as much as I did. Then we had a couple new additions this year. So I was able to get the Winchester Model 70 in .270 Winchester. It is the Cabela's 50th anniversary. It is a limited edition. There's only 500 of them made. It is a featherweight super grade, which you don't see a lot of those anymore. It is a very beautiful rifle. It is extremely fancy, and it is extremely accurate. I found the loading that it likes, and that thing is super accurate. It is under 1 MOA, which for a rifle from 2011 is pretty impressive. I did take that out into the woods to hunt this year, took it to the blind. Completely enjoyable experience. Didn't get a chance to harvest anything with it, but I really enjoy shooting that .270, and I spent a whole lot of time at the range with that rifle. I have invested in getting the right type of optic, the right feel. That was by far my most expensive rifle, so that one is definitely in the running. This year I was able to get 2 new Ruger Americans. We got the Ruger American Ranch in 7.62x39 and the Ruger American Go Wild in 6.5 Creedmoor. Both of those are extremely fun to shoot. The 7.62x39, every time I shoot that, I have a smile on my face. Every single time. I love shooting that rifle. It is ridiculously mild in recoil. We put it in a Sharp Brothers Heat Seeker chassis, which just makes the form factor so nice. And I've had people comment on that chassis system for the Ruger American Ranch. What I really like about that is that I can use that for all of my kids. With that collapsible stock, it makes it that I can adjust the length of pull for anybody that shoots that. My 7-year-old can get behind that rifle and get all the good fundamentals of shooting the same as my wife or myself behind that rifle. That to me is phenomenal. That Ruger American Go Wild we put in the MDT Oryx chassis, and I tell you what, that thing, it didn't matter all the different types of ammo we took to the range and shot out of that. It was all 1 MOA or better. Every single group, every single shooting. I have never had a rifle that it didn't matter what I fed it, it just shot it. I really liked that rifle a lot. I didn't know how I'd feel about a 6.5 Creedmoor, but that thing shoots just lights out. And I'm excited to take it to the range with the new silencer that we got and kind of see how it performs with that silencer in it. My wife is also really excited to shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor in that loadout. She's curious. She hasn't had a chance to shoot it yet, but we're going to take her to shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 7.62 by 39. And honestly, the 6.5 Creedmoor may become her rifle, depending on how she likes shooting it. It's extremely mild recoiling, it's very, very accurate, and it's very accurate with hunting ammo, which is absolutely phenomenal. Most of the time you need to get match ammo to get the type of accuracy that we've got out of that 6.5 Creedmoor. I've just been ridiculously pleasantly surprised with it. And then we also got in the Remington 700 SPS Tactical in 308 with the 16.5-inch barrel. And lately, that one I've shot far and away the most. I got that right before hunting season. I already had a ton of 308 ammo because I had the Ruger American Hunter that my oldest uses now. And I shot that a lot, a whole lot. And based on its size and form function, that's what I took hunting this year the absolute most. I took that and the 270 out to the woods the most because the 270 was sighted in and ready to go right off the bat, and I had spent so much trigger time on the 308. I felt that because of the amount of trigger time I spent on that and where I was hunting, it would make more sense to take that than it would be the 7.62 or the 6.5 Creedmoor, just because I hadn't had as much good trigger time right before hunting season. So I ended up taking that Remington 700 out, and I really enjoy that rifle. It is extremely compact, but it's a little bit heavy. It's on the heavier side, which is great for recoil. And suppressed, it did really well. And it's extremely accurate as well with the right type of ammo. I will have to say, we had to search a lot for the type of ammo for that it likes. And I should have started with Remington Core-Lokt and the Remington 700. I should have. And it ended up being the best shooting out of that. So Remington Core-Lokt and the Remington 700 SPS Tactical with the 16.5-inch barrel was doing 1/2-inch to 3/4-inch groups. Of course, that was one of the last ones I tried. And then also, funny enough, with my Winchester Model 70, the 130 grain Winchester Deer Season XP ended up being the absolute best for the Winchester Model 70. You know, it's kind of funny how that works out, but there you have it. So when I looked at all of the variables, and I looked at, okay, what are the things that I'm shooting the most, having the most fun shooting, and are the ones that if someone told me, hey, we're going on a hunt right now, I would go in my safe and grab because I had supreme confidence in it. Hoofda. The one that I would pick every single time is my Winchester Model 70. With all of the rifles that I've gotten, with everything that I have in my safe right now, if someone told me right now, like right this moment, hey, we're going on a whitetail hunt, we're going right now, you gotta pack up what you got and come with me, I would grab my Model 70. The reason for that is that I have spent a lot of time behind that rifle. I know what it's capable of. I have a hunting ammunition that it just absolutely loves. And on top of it, I love wood-stocked rifles. It's just something classic to me that I absolutely adore. I know there's challenges with them. I know that they can get scratched up. Look, the stock on my Model 70 has got some nicks and dings in it. And collectors may be horrified to hear that, but I don't think the quality and attention to detail on this rifle, and as fine of a rifle as it is, that it shouldn't be hunted with. My wife and I have gone back and forth, and you guys may be laughing if you've watched these videos and like, man, you're really ADD with this. It's not taking it hunting, taking it hunting, not taking it hunting, taking it hunting. And at the end of the day, it is a hunting rifle designed for hunting. And I absolutely love that rifle. It is extremely comfortable to shoot. It fits me really well. I haven't had to do anything to make it fit me better. And I finally have the right optic ammo configuration with it, that I would even take it out hunting anything in North America. Black bear. If I get drawn for black bear, I would have no problem taking my Model 70. Elk, I would have no problem taking my Model 70. Some people may argue 270 enough for elk. It is. Appropriate distance, shot placement, bullet construction, all those things. Deer all day long. All day long. Wild hog? Sure. Pronghorn? Sure. It is by far my favorite rifle. Now, the one that I've taken hunting the most this year has been the Remington 700 in the SPS Tactical. I think that's a great rifle. I really enjoy that rifle. But between the two, I just think that the 270 is a better hunting round than the 308. And maybe that's one I'll do as a 270 versus 308 comparison, because I haven't seen a lot of those. Excuse me. But my confidence in that Model 70 is much higher than my confidence in the Remington 700. And it's not to say that one quality is better than the other. I actually think that Remington 700 is going to be a sleeper rifle that is going to be absolutely amazing. If you guys are sleeping on Remington 700s, don't. They are doing some extremely good work with their rifles now. I am very, very impressed. Now, as we go into 2024, I'm going to kind of have a unicorn rifle in my Ruger M77 Original Tank Safety and 7 PRC. I'm excited about that. When you look at it on paper, you're going to have the Ruger M77 in a McMillan stock with a McGowan barrel that is a match grade barrel. Man, the potential for that is astronomical. And if it does what I think it's gonna do, then that very may well become my favorite hunting rifle. But as it is today, when we are a week away from Christmas, my winner for 2023 is my Winchester Model 70 and 270 Winchester. Let's look at it, and I think you'll see why. This is my favorite for 2023. The Winchester Model 70 and 270 Winchester. Beautiful rifle, extremely accurate, fun to shoot, and a more than capable cartridge. This is my favorite for 2023. I mean, just listen. Butter smooth. Well, guys, that does it for today. We're a week away from Christmas, so I hope all of you are doing well. May not be so many videos before the end of the year. As we're getting closer to the end of the year, we got a lot of stuff going on with the family. There is a holiday hunt that starts this weekend that I might go out and try to do. Our weather's been really weird. We're supposed to have 40s on Christmas Day, so kind of strange. We've had a white Christmas the last few years, not this year. But I might get out there, get some hunting in. Kind of my last chance. I think it's an antlerless only hunt, so we'll see if we can get some meat for the freezer. But I thank all of you that have subscribed this year. This channel has almost doubled in subscribers this entire year, and I greatly appreciate it. As we go into 2024, there's a lot of new things happening. We're rebarreling a rifle. There will be new rifles that come in. There is gunsmithing that we are doing. There's all kinds of fun stuff that's coming up. We're going to have a lot of range time, and maybe we'll get into the shotgun stuff just to have a little bit of fun with that. I've got a 100-year-old shotgun that I might take upland bird shooting. We'll find out. But guys, I thank all of you. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you guys next time.